Good evening, folks, and welcome to Booghy Plays. Tonight, Captains of the Gulf. This is Spielworks 2018 Essen release. Spielworks is one of my favorite company when it comes to board games. They usually make games which appeal to me. So I was really excited to get this game and then to try it. In spite of being a pick up and deliver game, which I'm not really a big fan of, but I knowing it's a Spielworks release, I tried to. I was really excited, like I said. This is a first-time designer, Jason Dinger. I hope I said it right. This game is about fishing shrimp and crabs and oysters in the Gulf of Mexico and deliver it to 3 ports. We have here Tampa, Corpus Christi, and Morgan City. The setup is made for 2 players, as I always do. I play with 2 players. I usually make presentations in Romanian, because I think I've said this before. I think in English there are enough presentations for lots of games. For this one, I haven't seen one, and I just haven't seen one, and I said, okay, I'll try to do one. So like I said, the setup is made for 2 players. We're playing with Jason and Donna tonight. And we both start with a hand of 6 cards. The 6 cards are, let me just like this. The 6 cards are multi-use cards, a thing which I like, which I really enjoy in games. We start with our own boat. This is the equivalent of that one in the port. We start from in Morgan City. These I put them here. They're cubes, like also these little helpers, which are usually which in the game are used for bonus actions, which you can have on your turn. I replace them with meeples because I think they're more cute, and also they give a little bit more of a thematic feel. And I say they're my little helpers. These guys, little helpers. And this is, like I said, it's a cube. I replaced it. I took it from Power Grid Deluxe, which in Power Grid Deluxe I replaced this with oil barrels. So I had the moment I saw this, I knew with the cube I will replace it with this. And I think it's more thematic and gives a more thematic feel to the oil thing, which goes here, than a colored cube. Okay, now enough bubbling along. The first player starts with $4. The second player starts with $5. What else is our main figures are here, and they will tell us about the actions. They'll do the actions with, you move this pawn and you do the actions there. And at the beginning of every round, at the beginning of the game, we have to seed the board, and we're going to do that right now. So you can see how the board gets seeded. We turn the first card, and we only move this marker on the only when do repopulation, and I'll try to do repopulate so you can see how it works. So we move this one here. It starts 3 oysters on the first place. We take up 3 oysters. I have them here. 3 oysters appear here. This is the first place. Then here, here we take this one, we move it one more, it's still a 3. This 3 crabs, 1, 2, 3 crabs. Three crabs there. We go to 3, which is there. Turned around, one more. We have 4 shrimp. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have some shrimp in the 3. 1, 2, 3, 4 shrimp. We are fishing. We go to 4. One more. 4 oysters. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here, these spaces are only used in 3+ players. 3 and these ones in 4 players. Situation. So 4, I said 4 oysters, yes? And then you draw another card. We go to 5, you move it once, and 2 crabs appear. In 2 and 3 player game is 2, in a 4 player game is 4. So we start with exactly 4 crabs in, 2 crabs in a 2 player game. Okay, then again 2 shrimp on the 6th place. 2 shrimpies. 2 shrimpies. And then on the 7th, it doesn't move. A shrimp, 4 shrimp, it appears on the 7th place. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the last one. There are 9 cards here for a 2-player game, so you always have 2, you move it once, 2 oysters, you move it here once, 2 oysters, and on the 8th space. And now the board is seated. These ones, you shuffle it. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Let's see that. I'll give you a look at the beautiful cover. Yeah, when I saw it on presentations, which Uli did in the presentation, Uli did in Essen at the BGG stand. I don't know, it doesn't look that good, but when you see it in person, the cover is way more nice. It's way more appealing. And I've heard that Harald Leschke usually paints everything he works on, and after that it gets put into a digital form. So I think this gives it a little bit more life. I can't say very much about these two that this is true. The player boards are very nice. I can say, to say the least, they're very nice. Good. They draw you in, and I don't know why Harald Leschke didn't use the same color from here to here, because I think this blue is a bit more neutral. I don't know how to put it, but maybe that is the color of the Mexico Gulf. So anyways, I don't know, but I really like the blues here. Anyways, doesn't really matter. So we start with we seated the board. We start with $4 first one, $5 second player. So she will be first, he will be second, and the first thing we do, we choose one license and we pay for it. Usually you go for a 1 license or a 2 license. You don't go for a 4 license, because I think it's a bit too expensive to do that, but you can do it anyways. Oh, I think she will, just for the sake of the argument. Or will she? Oh yeah, she has 2 cards. She has 2 of the same cards, for example. This card, let me explain the cards. These mean licenses. You can shrimp crabs if you have this license. For this you can strip oysters. For this you can fish shrimp. So when you use the card for licenses, you put them here. When you use the cards on this part, this gives you some enhancements. This, for example, these hands will help you on some things. This will help you, for example, come here. On this, you are not allowed to go two spaces are free. On the first turn you can go as fast as you can, but two spaces are usually free when you play the game. If you have one more helper like this, you can move 3 for free. Otherwise you have to pay. 2 spaces are free, third space costs $1, fourth space costs $2, fifth space costs $3, and so on. You can move a maximum of 6 per turn. If you have this one, well, this one lets you move one more. If these give you different abilities. So, and on the other side are improvements to your boat. These ones are improvements to your boat. So what you do in this game, you try to build here a small engine. It's not necessarily an engine builder, but it will give you a tableau building a bit of cards, which will give you improvements, which can help you fish faster, fish better, and make more money, let's say. A bit of an engine builder, let's say, but I wouldn't call it quite an engine builder. No. Anyways, so the first thing which she will do, she will go big or go home, and will take this card and put it here, and she will pay or her $4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's a bit of a big move. I usually don't play. I play with the poker chips because you stack them better, but I wanted to show you the money in the game. So she spends those, and she's poor. But I think she can manage it. What does he do? I think he will go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he will go for an oyster one. He has 5. He will go for an oyster one. Bam, bam. He will pay $2. Get 3 in change. Okay. And the first thing we do at the beginning of the round is an event comes. This event says you get after the refresh phase, after you do all at the end of the turn of the round, where everything after everything is done, you get $1 for every improvement you have. Improvement means boat improvement, or crew members, or licenses, fishing licenses. Okay, now this is what it says. Practically at the end of, if now it would be the end, he would get one more. He'd get $1. She would get $1. Okay, what does she do? 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah. And at the end, she did this, he did this. She goes. Always you take cards so you can get up to 6. You always have to have 6 cards in your hand. If you see here, there are some bonus actions which I'm going to talk during the game. Here are some bonus actions also which I'm going to take up. You can have per round you have 1 bonus action per round. So 1 and 1. When the fourth the game goes for 8 rounds. At the beginning of the 4th round, you get 1 more action. it gets unlocked. You will use it in the beginning of the 4th round. Now, she is first. What will she do? She will come here. One, she's green, yes, 2, 3. She has a, she will come here. Or the first, like I said, the first one you can go wherever you want to. But she will come here and says, this action says refueling. This one says go fish. This one says go fish or go to port. This one says go to port. This one says improve the personnel or the engine, or yes, this one says sell at the rate. And these are the main actions. Here we have some bonus actions. Here, if you send one of your helpers, you can get $2. You can do an improvement, the same thing as here, but it will cost plus $1. Here you can sell two of your shrimps, oysters, or whatever you fished, 2 of them, plus 1 per improvement, for this kind of improvement. These hands, this pair of hands, I forget all the what are they called. And this one, if you send your helper here, you will get one for $1 you can get three fuel. And this can be helpful. And also, where you have these bees, you will get a bonus marker, and this bonus marker helps you in a different kind of ways, and I'll show you how. These actions you can only do when you're in port. This you can do wherever you want to, whenever you want to. Okay, so she went here and she went here, and now she will. Oh no. Well, she will use this one. Oh, this one is good. Yeah, she will keep this one. So she will keep this one because this one she will want to do, because this she will let her. Oh, she went here to start 1, which is 1, 2, 3. She uses 3 fuel. 6, she goes to 3. Yes. Okay. This one, if she puts this here, she will manage to go -1. I mean, she would have gone from 6 to 4. Not only she goes to 3, but she will have to put this improvement on the propeller. So I think she's going to use this card, and she's going to fish. In order to fish, you have to get rid of a card which has an icon here, who lets you for the thing you want to fish. So she has a crab, she will fish a crab. So she discards this card, we'll discard it here, and she fishes 1 crab and she takes it here. At the beginning of the game, you only have 2 spaces for your fished things. You can also build these 2 in time to have 4. Also, you cannot carry more fish than you own here. Now, what will he do? He will, he has to draw. He needs to be at 6 cards. He will do this thing. He will use his bonus marker. He's going to come here, and he will get another. Oh no! Oh yeah, he will, and I'll show you how to use the B also. He will use an. He will get another. How is it called? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 is perfect. He will get another license and put it here. And he has to pay license +1. And that says 2 + 1, the last $3 he has. He will spend them wisely. And then he will come 1, 2, 3. He gets a B because he used this action. And he will fish. Now, he needs to fish for 2 oysters because he can fish for 2 oysters because he has two fishing 2 oysters licenses. So he will take this card and discard it, but this is only 1 oyster. So he can use this B, and this B lets you transform this into whatever you want, this bonus. So he puts it here, and he has now, because on the other cards, oh, let me see which one. No, he wants to keep this. Yeah, I think he wants to keep the rest of the cards. I think he's gonna put the B here. Now he's having 2 oysters. He can fish for 2 oysters. This one he gives up. This one gets here. He will fish 2 oysters. And then he draws a card. He goes up to and he's up to 6. Oh, he will come here also. He came 3, so he needed to spend 3 fuel. Always forget to spend the fuel you use. Now she will come back to port. Now she will come to port. It's her turn. Now what would she do? She will need to go to port. What would she do? Oh yeah. Yes, this is what will she do. She will do next. She will come. I won't play necessarily in the best way strategically, but I hope you can understand how the game flows. So she will come. Donna comes here, and she goes to port. So she will say 1, 2, 3 near the shore, and she comes to Morgan City. She spends all her fuel, and he will do the same. Yes, he will do the same, but he will come here. 1, 2, 3, and he goes here. Cool. Now she will come here. She didn't use this one. This one says buy an improvement. In order for her to buy an improvement, she needs to have some money. She doesn't have any money, so she will use one of these. And this one says sell maximum of 2 plus 1 per improvement for these hands improvement. She doesn't have any improvement, but she only has 1. So she will use this one, which will give, and she will sell for the money. So you have this handy dandy worst use of cardboard, but this is the best part of it. The middle part, which tells you, very beautiful and colorful, which are the prices, what the price you get for whatever you sell. So she sells crabs. Yes, so she gets $4. If she would have sold here where they ask for crabs, she would have gotten $1 more. But she didn't have to come from whatever she was. She was here to come all the way down here. She didn't have the fuel, and if you don't have the fuel to come all the way here, you need to have the money for towing. Somebody will come and tow you, but for every hex you need to pay $1. It says here, if you don't have any more money, you have to pay $1 for every hex. So for towing, somebody comes and tows you, but you need to pay for it. So she doesn't have it. So that's all she had. So she needed to sell. So she gets, like I said, she gets $4. I will talk more about this at the end of the game more. At the final thoughts. So she gets $4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. And now she can do an improvement here. This is what it is. So this is a way to couple actions, yes, to put them together in a way that you upgrade your ship, because in the end this is what this does and this does to upgrade your ship and make the engine move better. So she has $4 which she needs to spend smartly. Do you think this is a fiver, this is a threer, this is a fiver? Man, she would have needed $5. $5 would have been better for her. So I think she will go big. She will go very big. Oh, you sell this. She sold this one, so it goes away from here. I think she will go strongly, I want to say, into crabs. So she spends all her well-earned money into crabs. $4, and she goes here. $4. This is cool. And then get one more card. Okay. And I think at the next turn she will try to improve her capacity to carry more. I think she will try to do that. Okay. Or do this, the propeller. She needs more money though. And I think she will get it. Now, it's his turn. He cannot come over here because he cannot sell. He used his action here to upgrade his fishing licenses. So he will come here. This one says sell whatever you have for the money, for the money. So he has 2 oysters, which he will sell. We put it back into supply. And oysters gets you $3. If you can see on this one, oysters gets you $3. Cooked oysters gets you $4. You have an improvement on this card, so you can cook it. But they don't have improvements now, so he gets 2 or 3, $6 he gets. $6, but he's in a port which asks for shrimp. So he gets $1 more per shrimp. So that means 6 plus 2 gets $8. Woo! He's loaded, but he couldn't spend it on upgrading his ship. This is kind of bad, let's say. Now he comes. Now she comes here to refueling. Refueling is free. You refuel. Then he comes here. Of course, he needs to refuel. Sorry. He was here. She came here. Refuel. He comes here. When both of us have passed, when you pass, the second or the last player who passes this sign, you put it like this. This signifies that the round has ended. Oh, sorry. To realize that, sorry. So she was here. He was here. So she passes away. She passes. No, she doesn't pass away. She passes this sign. When she passes this sign, this one comes here. When the next player comes here, this one, when the marker comes back, that means that signifies the end of the round. So it goes like this. He does the action, yes, which is refueling, and then we do. Oh, sorry, one thing which I forgot to do. Ooh, dumb Bogdan. Sorry. Whenever you fish one thing, you put a depletion marker there. He fished for 2. You put a depletion marker here. Whenever you fish for one thing, you put a depletion marker in there. I'm sorry for that. I was a dumbbell. Oh, and she sold to Morgan City. When she sold to Morgan City, she will go up on the track. The number of fishes sold. So she will go 1. She sold 1 crab. He sold in Tampa 2. And in Tampa you go 2 here. Okay, never forget about that. Also, you can improve how further you go on that track, which I forgot to put the bonus markers. You have some bonus markers on it. It was impossible for me not to forget the thing. Whenever you pass with your marker, you get the bonuses here. This one's 3 fuel, this one is 6 fuel, and so on. This one lets you take one card, get one card. This one gives you some money. You can take a card. This one gives, to be more clear, you can take a card from the draw deck, and you can so you draw one card and discard one card. Sorry. Oh, you can discard it. Yes. You always remain with 6 cards in your hand. So I forgot to do these. Now I think now we're okay. Sorry, but I hope now it's more clear. So what do we do now? The round is over. Yes? If the round is over, let me see if I did do. So depletion markers, move on the tracks, came back. Okay. What do we do? Whenever the passes, the round is over, we do this, do the event, $1 for every improvement. She has 2 improvements, he has 2 improvements, so they both get $2. So she has $2. He gets 2 more, so he's really loaded. He needs to do something with this money. Also, money is points. He can always keep them. I haven't tried the strategy to just make money, but I think the improvements are better to make more money. At the beginning of the game, it's better to spend money to get improvements. Towards the end of the game, it's better to keep the money. So they both have it. They both have the money. Now what do we do? What do we do? Then, anyways, he comes back on. Both refueled. Oh, and last thing we do, we see what happens here. What happens here happens this. This one, every minus alone goes into a plus. If no one fishes here, at the next turn, this will repopulate. Every place which has more minuses, 1 minuses gets removed. And you remove it, and you move on. Good. Now, and we go back. What do we do now? So she will go. She's first. I think she will go fish. 4-2. Please tell me she has some crabs. No. Oh yeah, she had. Yeah, that's why I kept it. Well, that's life. She wanted this propeller, but she doesn't really help. Now, she will go. Oh, this one evidently goes away. And the next event appears that says good weather. It says that it will cost 1 less to go to a place. Oh, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, that's what she'll do. Oh, this is good for her. So this one came, this one comes, and she will go. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That says 6. Because it's -1, it's 3. She will take these 2 and sell and discard it. Yes, she fishes for 2 crabs. She fishes for these 2 crabs, which she puts here because she has 2 licenses. She can fish for 2 crabs and hold 2 crabs. For example, you cannot, like I said, you cannot if you only have one license and you go once, you fish one crab, and then you go again and fish again one more crab, you cannot hold it because you don't have enough licenses. So she takes these two. You put two depletion markers in here because you fished in there, and that was her turn. What will he do? He needs to fish also. What will he will come here, and he comes 1, 2, 3. That says 2. He will fish. Oh, he needs 2 oysters. He doesn't have 2 oysters. So he will need to do a bonus action. Does he need to do this? I think he needs to do it. Whenever he was in the port. Oh, we take these markers back. Oh, I think first thing you do, you can do a bonus action before your main action or after your main action. You can choose. So he can. He will come here. He can do this. He will get another license, and I think he's going to get a license for a crab also. Does he want to do that? Yeah, I think he does. Or he can do an improvement. Oh yeah, let's try to do this. But yes, to show you one thing. So he will do, while he's in the port, while he's in the port, he will take this and come here. He says one improvement, one not passenger, one crew or one engine improvement, and he will do this one. And this one says, in order to fish oysters or crabs, you can use 2 cards, and he will do it. It costs $5 plus 1. It will cost $6. $6. He'll put it here. So now, and then he throws a card back to 6. Okay, now what does he will come, and then he will do his main action, which is here, and comes here. 3 goes here, and this one says he can fish with 2 cards. So he can use 2 cards in order to fish. Oh no, does he has? Wow, he doesn't have. So it doesn't help him. You could use 2 cards to fish one thing or 2 things. 2 things with 2 different. He needed 1 more here. He doesn't have it. So sorry, this one doesn't help. Sorry, I didn't see it. So he gets his box back. He will do something else then. He will just do this. He will do his bonus action, which is here. He'll come here. Where are you? He'll just come here. He's going to get that bonus marker. He's going to get a fishing license, and I think he will go for the crabs one. Or, yeah. Does he want to? Crabs or? No. He will use this one. He will do shrimp one. He'll pay $1. 1 plus 1, that's $2, because he wants to keep the money to do better improvements, and I'll show you what improvements he'll want to do later. And he gets a B. He uses this B here, so he gets 2 oysters, and this one gets discarded. The bonus gets discarded. He will ship these 2, which he'll fish these 2, which he puts here. We put 2 depletion markers here, and that's it. That's it for his turn. Now, what does she do? She will come, as always, will come here, and she will sell. She will come. Oh no, she will come to port. She has to come to port. So she needs to go 1, 2, 3, 4. But we're -1, so she gets 1, 2, 3. Just perfect. That's just perfect. And what does he do? I think he will. Oh, he has to come to port also. He'll take this one and he will come back 1, 2, 3. He goes to 2. Okay. And now she will come as always. She will come here. She will come here and she will sell her 2 great fishes, 2 great crabs, and that will get her 4. She's here. 2 plus 2, 1 per crab, 1 plus per crab. That will get her $10. She's loaded, and she gets this one. Oh, sorry, and she puts this one here, which gives her a bonus for using that space. Because she's in a port, she can do this one. So she sold, and now she can do an improvement. She looks at her cards. Oh, she needs 1 more card, sorry. And I think she can do 2 improvements, and I think she will do 2 of them. She will do this one, which costs her $5. This one gives her another here, and that costs her $5. It was 5. And then she will, I think she will do another one. What would she like? What would she like right now? I think she will go use this one here, which costs again $5. This one, whenever she sells, I have to put there, and I forgot. I'll do it right now. Whenever she sells crabs, she can go 1 more, plus 1 more on the track, at whatever port. So he sold in Tampa 2. So he goes 1, 2 more in Tampa. She goes to, oh sorry, she was here because she sold to Morgan City. She sold to Corpus Christi 2, so she gets 2 here. Also, if she had this improvement sooner, she could have gone 1 more. She just put it, so she will use it later. Plus, this one will let her go for 2 to 3 spaces on this rondel. It's a rondel practically. And now she's here. Sorry. What about him? He will go. He'll do this. He'll come here. He has no other choice. He has a lot of money, so he has to use it wisely. I think, yeah. He needs to go to port. Yeah. He'll sell. He needs to sell. Oh yeah, 1, 2. He gets 2. 2. Sorry. 1, 2, 3. He's 6. He has 6. She has 6. So always have 6 cards in her hand. I'm looking at him. What would she? So he sells. He has 2, which means 6 plus 2. It's 8. And that means 8. Sorry. 1, 2, 3. Plus 5. Oh, he has a lot of money and he needs to spend it. He really needs to spend it. So what will she do? She will come here for refueling because she has no more. And oh, I'm looking. What will she do? He has some more fuel, but I don't think it helps right now. He has the money. Should she refuel or I don't know. I think he should refuel though. Yeah, and then he should refuel, and I'll show you why. And then go here. Oh, this one comes here when she passed, and then comes back here, and it's the end of the round again. What do we do now? Oh, we take our markers back, or helpers back, and what else? Then we see reference reset. We do reset phase. What do we do? Oh, sorry, I have to look a little bit. I want to see something. Sequence of each pair retrieve their bomb at the current phase round. Okay. This one, I will show you later. We don't have. There are some events which have here the sign of a hand, which you do in the reset phase at the end of the round. But now we don't have that. And then repopulate fishing location. What do? We do this. First, we check from left to right. Yes, this is the way you do it. Left to right, top to bottom. So here, this one is a plus. What happens? Whenever you have a plus but no minuses, it gets repopulated. So we have a plus here. We put it here. Usually I leave it here to remind me what I should be doing. So the first thing I do, we take another card. This says stays the same, and we have 4 stays the same. So it's here. We have 4 oysters. This doesn't move. You see, this one stays here, which says we're on the same hex. Let's take another card so it would be easier. Let's take this one. It would be easier to explain. What do you do? From the space, we start here. When we have 1, you have 1. Yes. This one moves here. This one moves 1 here. In the clockwise clockwise. Clockwise. So this says we repopulated crabs, and we repopulate at the way you look at it. Let's see. How do we do it? Like this. Like this. It should be here. But if it isn't there, if it isn't there, it moves 1 more. If it isn't there, it moves 1 more. Here, it's not possible. If it isn't there, it moves 1 more. Let's see if here. So you move it around, and here it will appear some. In a 2-player game, we get 2 and 3-player game, we get 2 crabs, which they appear here. You take this one, deplete it. Look, from here, this one is the only minus here. It turns into a plus. Here we look, this one goes away. We look, this one goes away. We look, and this was the repopulation phase. This one stays here. And then we just do it like this. This one comes back up. Now we turn another phase. This one says whenever I think this one says whenever you take cards, you take one plus one more card, and you discard it to remain at 6. That means it will give you more options whenever you take a card. So let's see. She can go. He can go. So she passed first. I think she will go fish somewhere. Yeah, let's try to play one more round. She will go. What does she want to do? Who? I think. Yeah, she has some money right now, and she will do this. Let's look at her. Ooh, 8 plus 1. Man, one more buck. She would have needed one more buck, which would have been good. Yeah, it doesn't really help with the cards and everything. So she needs. Yeah. She will go slow, I think, this round. A little bit slow. What will she do? She will come here. No, she will come here. And she will get a fishing license. This one. That gives her another bonus. And then, okay, and then she will come 1, 2. She will come here. She can come 3 spaces. And she will, I think she will not give up this card. Oh, she has to draw up to 6. I don't think she will give up this card because this is a 2 crab. She will do something else. She will use one of her bonuses. And yeah. No, she will discard this one. This gives her the shrimp she needs. Discard the bee, discard the card, and she fishes for this cute shrimp. Oh, yep, she wants to do something big, and I'll show you what. Very soon I'll show you what. 3rd round. Okay. And that big is here. Okay, now, what does he do? I think the first thing he'll do, he's going to yeah. He's going to use his bonus. Let me see, what does he have? He has he has 2 crabs. No, he has 2 oysters. He has 2 oysters, so he will do this thing. He has a lot of money, so he'll come here, and this one says 1, 1 or 1, like I said, 4. So the little helper helps him. Let me see. What does he want right now? I think he will want this one, which he can use next round, which will bring him more money. But not, yeah, let's put this one here. This one transforms the fish into cooked shrimp, and you sell it more expensive. It's more expensive to sell it. As you can see on this huge chart, which everything here it's more or less useless. This is the only good part in this reference sheet. It will tell you that cooked oysters costs 4. So I think he will do this. Or will, yeah, he will do this. And then draw one card. And then he will do his main action, which is go fish, my friend. And he will go for 2 oysters. Where will he go for 2 oysters? I think he will go here, 1, 2, 3. And he will fish these 2 oysters. He will put here. Oh, that one costs 4 plus 1. It will cost him $5. He'll spend the good $5. 4 plus 1, it's $5. He has a lot of money. Huge, a buttload of money. Whoa. Oh, he doesn't care. Yeah, he will do 2. Yeah, I'll show you now. Also, now she comes, evidently. Oh, here oh, always, I forget this sometimes. Put a depletion marker, put 2 depletion markers here. Where are the depletion? Okay. Cool. And then, oh, let me see if we're okay. These 2, she put his 2, and now what does she do? She used this one here, so she will come. She will come here and sell it because she doesn't have this little helper which helped her just get this license. He went to help her with this license. He doesn't have the time to go help her do something else here, so she will have to go and sell. And now she will make, oh no, she has to come to port, sorry. So 1, 2, she will come back to port, unfortunately. And she will do it next round. She doesn't have, she will do it. Then he will come. He has to come. He has to come to port also. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, he went 3. 1, 2, 3. He comes here. Here 3. Here 3. So okay. Now what does she do? She will come here. Nothing. There's nothing else she can do. Oh. He wouldn't have done this, and I'll tell you why. Now I'm going to tell you why. This one costs 4 plus 1, 5. He'll get 5 back. He wouldn't have done this because it blocks this one. He will do it now. He will do it now. She sells her 1 poor shrimp, which is there, and that is not in a bonus port, but will give her $2. Better than nothing. Now he comes here. That's why he didn't do that, because now he will sell 2 plus 1 per here. He doesn't have, but he can sell these 2, and these 2 cost exactly 4 plus 4. No, 3 plus 3 plus bonuses. That's 8 more bucks. 5. He's loaded with money. And he will do 2 improvements, 2 big fat improvements. One is this one, which costs $10. The first one costs what it says, and he will get 2. Pum pum, pum pum. Let me see. Where are those 2? And now he can carry more fish. Oh, the other way around. And then he will do a second one, which is this one. He would have preferred the bigger one, but well, that's life, ain't it? He will do this one, which costs 4 plus 1. The second one costs plus 1. It's 5. I hope I did not cheat. He still has a lot of money. And now this one goes away. This one, oh no. The 8th one goes here. and goes in here. Whew. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get a fiver. He still has some money here. Phew. Ooh. And as you can see, now he can carry more. He can go for longer. And he draw one more card. Phew. Whew. And mainly, you try. This is, I think, and I hope you understand how the game flows. Also, at one point, if you cannot pay for your loans, for towing or something else, you can take a loan card, which will give you $5. You need to pay 8 back. I played a game where one game where I took a loan and I had to repay $8, but it wasn't debilitating. I still won. So one loan is okay. I hope I didn't make a major error somewhere or move some money from her to him or something like that. I hope I did not do that. I hope. I just hope that. So, phew. I think I hope you understood how the game flows. At the fourth round, this came. This is the one. For example, at the end of the next round, you have to pay 2 and 1 for each crew helper you have over here. So you need to prepare for this. And then these. For example, these one were all good. These ones were 3 good and 1 bad. There are 4 bad cards and 4 good cards, event cards per A and B. What I can tell you is what I do usually. I'll tell you in the final thoughts. Let's look a little bit more of the huge board. The board is huge and beautiful, and I like it. That this is a part which I like a lot about the game. It looks very nice on the table. And let's talk more in the. And I think I forgot to upgrade there. I think she sold to Tampa. He sold to Tampa to more. 1, 2. And she sold to Corpus Christi 1. What happens when you pass this marker? You get the bonus. Also, whenever you pass with 2 markers over these, you'll get some bonuses at the end of the game, which are shown here. It's pretty simple, nothing complicated on that one. Phew. Let's talk more in final thoughts. These are the captains of the Gulf. Jason Dinger's first design, which is not bad for a first design. If you play the game, if you take the game, please read Jason's rules clarifications and erratas on BGG, because there's a rule which I missed first game I played, which was if you don't have the enough licenses, you cannot store. The number of licenses says how much fish you can store in your boat. So the first one I stored more than more than licenses I had, and it was way easier. That's why for me it was a sort of a family, not medium, lighter medium game. This way it became. so it's important. It is written wrong in the rule book, and it is right in the glossary. So, but I haven't read the glossary because I read it in the rule book. I passed very fast through the glossary. So I missed that. Also, there are some clarifications which he makes with the repopulation and everything. You have to, the repopulation after you go once through it is very simple. You see how many, if there is a zone with plus and minuses, you don't repopulate until it remains one plus, and that's it. If you have only one minus, you turn it into a plus. It is very simple, it is fast, it is not that fiddly as I've heard. So let's take it step by step. First thing, it's 2 to 4 players, 120 minutes. Yeah, it is a bit of a longer game. That is true, and it says 12 plus, which I think it's okay. Maybe 14. I'll play it with kids with 14. So let's go into the components. We take it step by step as I always do. I like the components. I love these. If you look really careful, you can see that they look the same as these one. Usually it doesn't happen, but this one looks really similar to that one here, which is a thing I enjoy, because I think it gives more theme to the game. A good component gives more theme. It will help you sink into the thematics of the game. So the cardboard chits are okay, good quality. The board is immense. It's huge, but it's beautiful, huge. What I would have loved more, maybe, but I don't know how the Gulf of Mexico looks like. Maybe this is the way it looks like. I would have loved, instead of this big wheel here, a little bit of more of an artwork. Enough more artwork without seem over to not make it look busy. That I would have liked a little bit more. I know he streamlined the look as much as he did. I talk about Harald Lierski here, but yeah, I usually enjoy what he does. I think he could have done a little bit more. The same thing I feel about Haitabu. The same thing I feel. I think that the board in Haitabu could a little bit better. It could have been a little bit better. Otherwise, I like the colors. I love how this look and the use of color here, and how it helps you, how it draws you into the atmosphere. This whole the whole game seems to me like a labor of love. It looks like a game into which went a lot of thought and passion, and this helps a lot. Also the little helpers which I use, and the oil markers, I think helps a little bit more. So I went a little bit into the next step of my my thoughts, which is the theme. I think, one more thing about components. Yes, I would have loved for these to be wooden components, and these one to be wooden components. Yes, it would have made it a little bit better, but I think it looks good with chits also. The cards are linen finish, are very good quality. The money are okay. As a gamer, you always prefer real metal coins, or I usually prefer, if I don't have metal coins, I play with poker chips, because they stack better. But this is the first time I played with them. Are pretty okay. It's good quality. They're okay. Good. Now let's pass to theme. I think this is a thematic game with some disconnect. My main issue was with this one, to pay for the fuel, and I think it adds a little bit of complexity if you play with paying for fuel, but this is the way they went, and I think it makes the game harder, and for me better. For me, it makes the game a little bit better. Also, what I do, but I talk about that a little bit later. Let's talk a bit more about theme. There are, let's say, I find the thematic reason for everything. They call it bonus actions. I say I have some assistants which help me make some get us some money, or get us some which I can send to do some stuff. Well, so I can find thematic reasons for most of them. The only thing which I find the disconnect is that you don't pay for fuel, and like I said, that I think it makes it would help with the complexity. Labor of Love, I think for a Spielworks game, I think it is one of their most thematic game, the game comes alive, if you ask me. I really feel like I'm struggling to go, what do I do? I go fish, there are some things, bits and bobs, I think, which would have helped, and I'll talk about them soon. Let me talk to you about mechanisms. The mechanisms are, in my opinion, that rondel, and which commands you on the pick up and deliver. Hand management with a bit of engine building, with these multi-use cards, which I think they're very good. This is a mechanism which I really like. Pick up and deliver is one of my least favorite game mechanisms, but in this game everything syncs or goes intertwines with the theme, so it works. Let's say it works. So everything, mechanisms and board, everything gives you a good feeling. This game gives me a good feeling. Whenever I play it, I don't know, it's hard to explain. You just have a good feeling. On some games I have a good feeling when it comes to how it pushes my intellect. On this game I just have a good feeling playing it, and it's hard to explain. It might be all the love that went into it. Okay, let's go to complexity. I think this game is a medium Euro. I talked about mechanisms, so about the mechanisms, it's a medium Euro. I don't think it's towards heavy, by no meaning at all. You will understand, in the first game you'll understand what you need to do to upgrade your engine and try to make more money. This is what you do. Practically you start poorer and you get richer, and you try to do that with the help of all of these mechanisms. So I don't find it is complex. It's medium. Yeah, it will give you some things to think about. What cards do I need? What cards do I shuffle? I get rid of, and so on. What I can tell you is that it did not give me that agonizing decision. Oh, should I get rid of this card? Oh no, I didn't quite have that feeling in the game, and I look for that. In this game. For me, having 6 cards in your hand, sometimes you can hoard, sometimes you can keep 2 cards, and if you're really lucky, you can have a luck of the draw and you have all the cards you need. That can happen. You have this action which lets you give up 2 cards to take 2 more cards, but if you're really unlucky, and that happened in a game, for example, you give up 2 cards and the 2 you draw were worse and you wasted up on action. I think the game needed a sort of mechanism which will let you draw +1 and but I'm not. I tried one. Maybe I haven't played it enough. I'm sure I haven't played enough, but there is a little bit of luck of the draw sometimes, and if you don't have, especially in the beginning of the game or in the first half of the game, if you don't have the right cards at the right moment, and if you, for example, use this action, the only action per round you wanted, and the only action per round it needed, you needed that card. You need a card, and if you don't get it in the reshuffle, you lose that action. You cannot sell maybe and upgrade, or maybe you can get stuck a bit, and that can get frustrating. Maybe I don't know. I haven't played it long enough, or as many. I played it 5 times, I think, 5 or 6 times with this one. I haven't tried. I didn't go across all the possibilities, but it can be a little bit debilitating, and maybe the game levels out, but I'm not sure. The decisions are fast. I don't think you need to. AP prone players shouldn't. The only thing you need to think more is what cards you keep in your hand, what cards you give up. Sometimes you'll want to. If you have the cards, you will know practically. You will know how to upgrade your engine and what serves you your purpose for the next 1 or 2 rounds, and what upgrade to get. In the end, what are you doing to get the money or to go up on the tracks, which gives you some money at the end of the game? It's not that complex to have to think a gazillion things about. Let's say, I guess it's a medium size. It's a medium euro, so I don't find it to be that hard. For me, for example, I usually take very, very, very short time to know what I'm doing. I want to talk a little bit, which I forgot to talk in the beginning, about the rulebook. I like it less. I think the best rulebook which I've read from Spearworks was the Sands of Time for a complex game, and Sands of Time is a complex game, and I didn't need any erratas. I didn't need any too many. I haven't looked on BGG for things or stuff. I think that was a better the best rulebook I read. This one, I think it misses something. I don't know. It is not up to standards. There are errors, and that is a big error because it says one thing in the rules and one thing in the glossary. Also, this is the biggest waste of cardboard I have seen in a while in a board game. There is a reference sheet made on BGG by someone. Print that. This, throw away. I mean, no, don't throw it away. Print it over this. Come on. Come on, this is useless almost. There are so many, there's iconography, there's a lot of things which you can print on this beautiful, beautiful thick cardboard. No, this is no way to do a reference sheet. And the one at the Sands of Time is good. What went wrong from that game to this one? This I don't like at all. I think it's just poor planning, okay, let's do it fast to get the game into printer. I don't know what happened, but this is unacceptable. I want more from Spielworks. I expect more from Spielworks than this. Things that were on glossary would have been better here, and every player should have them. Not, oh, look at the rulebook for that, look at the rulebook for that, passes the rulebook. No, simple things could have been. Look at what Vital Lacerda does with, or Eagle Griffin does with Vital Lacerda's reference sheets. Learn from that. Lisboa has one of the best player aids I have seen. Vinhos has one of the best reference sheets of it. There are good reference sheets. We can learn. Everybody can learn. Who makes games can learn from a good how to make a good reference sheet. And I'm surprised because Sands of Time had a good reference sheet. Ground Floor even has a good reference sheet. This one, useless. You can cut this part. You can cut this part. And you can keep only this one, which tells you how much it costs for you to sell. One few more. That one really annoyed me. One more thing I want to say. In the end, it doesn't matter if I like or not the game. I hope you saw how it feels and everything. I would say I like it. It gives me, like I said, it gives me a good feeling. What I would have wanted, I would have wanted a little bit more complexity, a little bit more levers to pull, a little bit more. I would have wanted, I think there's only 3 cities here where I can deliver. Is a little, I think it would have needed 1 or 2 more places where you can, for example, you can only deliver cooked food. Or maybe there was something, there is not the one possibility to sell food on the sea and create, until you get an upgrade of 10, for example, you cannot move around too much. You have to go back to port. Because you need to sell, you need to make money, you need to make the upgrades, because if you don't make the upgrades, you will fall behind. So it must be a way to sell food at sea. You could create I don't know, to sell to an independent boat which is at sea, or I don't know, maybe another way which could give you some money which you can spend on towing, or no, I don't know, not on towing, or on something else, I don't know. I would have liked a little bit more on this puzzle, or maybe it's for me too simple, I don't know. I just feel that here it is different. Every game it will be different because of these, wherever they come out, and it will go, you will go for a different strategy because you'll go for different shrimps, or next time you'll go for this one, but in the end you will end up doing the same thing. And what I worry about a bit on this game is replayability, because after 10 or so plays, in the end I'm doing the same thing. I'm going for fish, I'm doing the pick up and deliver stuff, which is kind of dull, but if it's not a bigger puzzle on the pick up and deliver stuff, it becomes dull. You can only sell to this, and to this, you have that bonus, which will give you some bonuses there, but those tracks are not very attractive, let's say. They won't give you great bonuses, they won't give you so many cool stuff, but maybe I don't know, I'm not trying to give ideas here. So what I'm saying is that the puzzle here should, for me, it would have been, I would have needed it to be a little bit more crunchy. Mainly because, like I said, sure, it will be different because you'll not have all the time in the same places shrimp or oysters or crabs, and you'll need to go somewhere else, and will change a little bit. But in the end, I'm kind of doing the same thing in different order. I'm building my boat. I'm getting here. I'm getting licenses and so on. I uh, I have this feeling, and why I say this is because I like the game. I like the feeling it gives me. But I think maybe it needed, I don't know exactly what, but it needed a little bit more to be a great one. To be one which is, I really want to play this game. To give you that feeling, I want to play this game. I like it. It gives me a good feeling. But if you will give me an option, let's play Captains of the Gulf, or let's play one of my favorite games, I don't know, Lignum. If you give me this choice, I'm more sure I go for Lignum, because that one gives me a harder puzzle to solve. It gives me I feel more spent. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm screwed up. Let's say, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But I feel that if I had a tougher puzzle around here, or these tracks were a little bit more evolved, because they're very simple in the way they work, maybe this way it would have had a chance to be a great game. It is not a bad one. I think it is an enjoyable one. Like I said, I feel the love that went into it. I love these ones. I love the feeling it gives me. But I'm afraid that after some more plays, I won't have the feeling of grabbing it out of the shelves and say, I really want to play this game. If you buy it, or if you bought it and you didn't know how to play it and you waited it, I hope you enjoy it, because it is not, in the end, it is my opinion, and you might feel differently. So I really hope you enjoy it, and until next time, I say bye bye.